Welcome back to the RV Crash Course. Here we're going to talk about lithium batteries and are they right for you? There's a lot of speculation if they are or not because it's a new thing. Everybody sees they got to have it, but not many people know why they need to have it. First thing we're going to talk about is if you're starting to upgrade yours or you're not sure if you want to because your batteries are dead and what to go from there. So we have cost. For a good set of batteries, you're looking at 2 times or more the cost. Just flat out, that's the way it is. I only recommend Dragonfly, Battleborn, or Lithionics. These are going to be the higher end of the market cost, but they're worth it because they have battery control modules inside them to make sure they are protected. You can get cheap Chinese ones, but it's dicey at best if they're actually that good. Lithionics, that brand is tricky because they only make in a special case size. Battleborn and Dragonfly, you can get them in a different case size. So they match your battery trays, things like that. Lithionics is a very specific size. So not all RVs is it going to work for it. Installation. 12-volt battery to 12-volt battery is going to be a direct swap. It's pretty standard, pretty simple. You can get them in the same size that you have usually. So it's just swapping battery cables over and it's done. If you're going from a 6-volt RV system to a 12-volt battery system, because all lithium batteries are in 12 volt, you don't make them in 6. Some battery cables when needed, you're going to probably have to rewire things and change things up a little bit. So just be aware that that may need to happen. Your battery trays may have to be modified slightly, even though Dragonfly and Battleborn make a battery case size the same as the 6-volt batteries, but it's just only wired and made in 12 volts. So not as big of a deal, but just something to be aware of. So once we add them in, we have charging problems we have to start looking at because lithium batteries charge at different rates than your normal lead acid and AGM batteries. So if you did not have lithium before, going to it, you're going to need to fix some problems with that. If you have solar, it just needs a settings change. All solar controllers, if they're made within the last 5 to 10 years, are going to have a lithium option. So you just got to simply set the controller to lithium batteries to make sure you don't ruin the batteries. Most of your campers are going to have a converter in it. So just a normal converter is just for AGM or lead acid. So you need to get it swapped for one that is lithium capable. Because, like I said, lithium batteries charge at different profiles. You do not want to ruin your lithium batteries because you didn't change it. Yes, it will charge the batteries, but over time, it can get ruined because of it. Some converters are easier to replace than others, so sometimes, depending on how they made it, it may require a little bit of wiring or different things like that. So just be aware if you do it, what kind of converter you have, if you need to do it, or if you need to put a standalone one in off to the side. So maybe some wiring is required, maybe not. Everybody is different. So that's just something to be aware of. If you have an inverter doing your charging and not a converter, the inverters are just going to be a simple settings change. That's all there really is to it. So just something to be aware of when you do it. These need to get addressed, otherwise you can ruin your batteries. Why? Why do you want to do it? They get a longer charge per life, or the charge lasts longer on one charge. So that's pretty much simple, straight bare bones to it. If you do nothing else, it just means it lasts longer. Sometimes just putting a new battery in will get you a longer charge life anyways, so sometimes go with lithium. If you're not spending a lot of time boondocking, may not be worth it just to go lithium and spend the extra cost unless you just want to say you have it. But if you go lithium and add an inverter or a bigger inverter and start putting your AC units on the inverted system, they are better for handling the higher loads associated with that and higher loads over a long term for running an air conditioner if you just want to do it off the batteries when you're boondocking. Obviously, they do last longer, but you're not talking about a significantly long time you can run an air conditioner off the batteries. Usually most people are getting an hour and a half to 3 hours depending on their battery bank size. So it's not like you're going to run all day off it, but a lot of people like to do that just for that reason. So if you like what you're seeing here, a lot of good information. We're going to keep continuing the RV crash course, cover other topics. So please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.